this time I'm going to go ahead and introduce the students that I've been working with. We are from Tséhootsooí Diné Bi'Ólta, which is our Navajo immersion school here in Window Unified School District. And my name is Dwayne Yazzie. I am a teacher there. I've taught there for several years in a number of different capacities, as a 3rd grade teacher, as a 5th grade teacher, as a librarian. One year I even taught 6th grade language arts, just strictly language arts. And the past couple of years I have found myself over at TDB, my new home away from home, as a PE teacher. And in my role as a PE teacher, it frees me up with some time to also work with small groups of students, specifically in reading and writing. So I was lucky this year to work with a group of young ladies who I will introduce, and we talk about reading, we talk about writing, we talk about communication and using our language arts skills. And this is a project that they heard me talk about. You know, one day I just had this magic moment. I remember a trip to Boston, and I'm like, hey, we should do that. Why not here? Why not here in our community? Why not here in Window Rock? We are the capital of, you know, the reservation. Why not us? And so I did a little bit of background research. I went to the Little Free Library website, and I found out there isn't a single Little Free Library located on the reservation, at least not an official one. And so I started talking to the girls, and then the steam got rolling right there. We just started like, oh, hey, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. How do we purchase the box? How do we get everything together? Where are we going to post it? Where are we going to locate it? And this all started back in September. We're in mid-June, the first day of summer, and here we are. So let me introduce the students that I was working with. So they just finished 6th grade. They're rising 7th graders. They'll be moving to our middle school, Tséhootsooí Middle School. And here they are. Ariana Bigay, come on up please. Jade Foster. Corey Owens. And there's a young lady who is enjoying her summer vacation. She's down in Phoenix, Christina Yazzie. So those are the 4 students that I was working with this year.
On behalf of Window Rock Unified School District, on behalf of our superintendent, on behalf of Tséhootsooí Diné Bi'Ólta, our students, our dedicated teachers, staff, and community members, thank you very much for coming out this morning to join our celebration, and we ask that you take part in providing a book, taking care of this tremendous effort that our students and the community has been involved in to bring this to Window Rock, to bring this to Navajo land, to bring this to our students, to bring the joy of reading and learning to our children and our community so that they can better themselves, so that they have that opportunity to expose themselves to all of the beautiful stories, all of the knowledge that is collected in books, knowledge about our own communities and our own people, knowledge about communities elsewhere, and really becoming aware of the world around us. So this is what the Little Library has started for our community in Window Rock, for our community as a district. I'm so very proud of you, Sha'afchini. You cannot believe how proud I am of you to see that you are taking this initiative for our students, for our community. Nasko ne nijibeta not edo leito nache enat ani danoflido leito le oltako seto krego yego ata holiado a koe de nebeza be yada tketo hinahat atat eheki nahatatits ato le trago enha ahatanits and Tséhootsooí Diné Bi'Ólta de ahehe.
Dwayne, thank you for taking this initiative to make this happen, and the students working with you. I think we have another special guest over there in the back. I want to say thank you first. Welcome to Navajo Nation Shopping Center here, Window Rock Shopping Center. We have the Wells Fargo over here, the Mingus Restaurant, and then Mikasa. I wanted to acknowledge them. They donated a tree, Mikasa, that's going to be planted here. Then the Mingus donated this tree. And then Ace Hardware donated the bench. and then shopping centers management. Also donated a bench. We're proud of it, what's happening here. This is probably the world's biggest, tiniest project we're taking up. So we're excited about it. We wholeheartedly support it. You know what? It's going to bring in a lot of people here. They're going to look at it. They're going to spend their money here too. That's what we're looking at. It's all about teamwork. It's all about teamwork. And I'm going to donate this book, The ABC of Empowered Teams, Building Blocks for Success, to this library here. That's my donation.
It's a wonderful day to be here. I'm really glad that my brother called me yesterday afternoon and asked me to be a part of this wonderful event today. So I'm pleased to be here. I'm really glad that these young people has a role to play in it. Your beautiful words, your prayer, your song. Ahon stand hat dit sich dort ne konnte sikia aninch do center kine pas chin my this gijin dash chedo totsoni dash nada le sajan ta del kan things zon ho the other nasha the Department of Education as superintendent of school. So my job is to oversee all education programs for the whole Navajo Nation. We have 260 schools all over, 85,000 students, kindergarten through 12th grade. That is a big number in 3 states. There are public schools out there. There are tribally controlled schools. There are BIE operated schools. There are church schools and private schools. So in the midst of all of this library, small free library, I think it's just a wonderful idea. Being an educator for the past 42 years, I mean, I'm a firm believer that reading is an essential part of learning. Reading is what stimulates your mind. Reading is what makes you better understand. You don't have to be there or to feel it or touch it, just the words that come right out. Somebody with intelligent mind wrote down some ideas, some thoughts, some statements that make so much sense. Sometimes it grabs you. Sometimes it's very powerful. You know, reading is just a wonderful thing to enjoy every day. I certainly promote it. I think we should read as often as possible.
You know, this is a student-driven project, and that's what's powerful about what's happening today, is that it's driven by the folks that have the desire to see not just our young people, but all people, adults, be literate, you know, reading, writing. And if you heard me in the past couple of days, one of the things that I'm really advocating for as well is financial literacy. You know, being able to be competent, to read a book, and then on top of that, also to know your own finances and your wallet. You know, a lot of times we don't understand our own finances at home, right, moms and dads? Because I think it's because of our way of life teaching, because we're taught as Navajo people to help others, right? To help others out there. To someone that's in need, we do it. That's just how we are. And also, you know, we always say, you know, we can get money back, but at the same time, we need to also show to our young people that saving is good, right? Saving your dollars and saving for the future is something that we kind of lack at times, but we also need to instill that into reading literacy, because a lot of that reading from these various authors could give us education on taking care of ourselves and taking care of our money and taking care of our household. Joe?
Ada nana yat et anos vanda so krege ko nana here ko the ribbon cutting the grand opening what you hege ko yo ba hnes na ko shinal ne shigi e at I sit I da ne hina antin e at da khwalya walya ako e shinal ne ara akhwat abesh zan ne hidne abasilla ko belagana big ejigi e taking care of yourself ako di na antinigi e yo bi sala ko din di ata khwalya walya higi ako nana belagana big ejigi e holistic well-being walya ako ya you take care of your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, your emotional health ako hanta keso hats isto bede hol jiznigi e khot ayat ya e god endo khot adin e khot hasan ako e banat di e shnal nejdo khot abesh sazad basalla ko nikhidne abba ko e to e khot ashya kho ato in Lake in Canada, Northern Arizona University da e aden what that the wal khagi ada yinish khant e ko e aden also si self ko psychology wal yahiki e bi I have my Bachelor of Arts degree in Psychology, minor in Native American Studies. I thought a deep in Natchet a hot adi at the Hualia, Nihin Antin a hot ashanat lishako. Holistic well being, Walia. A kadi, what kaigi a reading, Walia hegi a it takes care of your mental health. A yoba and thank you so much to the school, to the students, to other partners for making this happen. I really love this and I used to read a lot. I read a lot of books. I'm here to this day where I'm at.
As all of our preceding speakers said, a number of wonderful things and things that I know are already rooted in my heart. As someone who's in the field of education and someone who's going to be in the field for probably quite a long time yet, teaching in different capacities, everything that they have said is true. And to become greater, to become more intelligent, it takes a lot of self-discipline to read, to write, to study, to talk to people, to communicate, to ask questions. Sometimes it takes going out on a limb to do something that you're not accustomed to, that you're afraid of. And these things make you better, they make you stronger. And when you're better and when you're stronger, you make the people around you better and stronger. And that's the whole point of this, little free library. We see that it's a physical thing, but it's more than that. It's really a mental thing. It's a spiritual element out there that is intangible. It's this energy that you can feel that goes beyond you as a person. It infiltrates the people around you. It infiltrates the community around you. And when we look at the Little Free Library as an organization, their mission is to inspire a love of reading, to build community, and to spark creativity by fostering neighborhood book exchanges around the world. And to date, there are over 75,000 different book exchange boxes across the country and around the world. And it's taken 75,000 of these things to finally bring one here, home, to our backyard, to our neighborhood, to our communities. And I keep asking myself, why? Why did it take so long? Why did it take so long? And yesterday or the day before, we were sharing it on Facebook, to tell people about our grand opening. And someone was, you share and you tag people, and they're like, oh, this was, they tag someone saying that this was, part of your, a capstone or like a senior project. So we know there are others out there that were already thinking of something like this. And maybe they were going to put it in their own neighborhood. My mom hears everything that goes on in my school setting. She hears about the projects that I'm working on, and she's been hearing a lot about the Little Free Library, the Little Free Library, the Little Free Library. It's been sitting in our house. I had to store it there. Books are sitting in our living room. She's like, what's going on? What's going on? Last night she was helping me finish fold and stuff the program, so she knows a lot about this. And one day we were driving somewhere and my mom says, when are we going to put one in our yard? And I'm like, good question. When are we going to put one in our yard? And again, it comes back to me as a teacher. You know, I can talk the talk, I can get other people to do things and drive them, but it should really have started with me. I should have put one in my yard first. But that's something, again, you know, we have this goal of bringing one here, it's done. Now my next goal, okay, put one in my yard, for my community members, for my neighborhood, out in Rock Springs. And then hopefully, because I'm Hopi, we're gonna put one in Hopi also. You know, so that, you know, once something starts, it just kind of gets this domino effect going. We hope to see one in Fort Defiance. We hope to see one in St. Michael's. We hope to see one in Oak Springs. We hope to see one up in Sawmill. Mrs. Anderson, your family, we hope to see these going up across the nation. And when we finally got the approval and the okay and the support from Navajo Nation shopping centers, you know, I was talking to Mr. Begay and he's like, you know what, if this does well here, and I think it will, we want to put one at every Navajo Nation shopping center on all of our properties across the nation. So we're starting something good. It doesn't stop here. This is a forever project, really. I wish they would say that in their language, because it continues to expand and grow and develop. And again, you know, that second bullet, it helps to build community, and it really does. You know, we had to reach out. These girls will tell you, I don't know how many letters we've written this year to different businesses in the community, to other people that would support. And it really started off with writing to the members of the Northern Arizona Reading Council. And they are a small literacy council through the Arizona Reading Association. And I just happened to be a member of the ARA and the Northern Arizona Reading Council. So I talked to members at one of our meetings and I'm like, you know, our girls are thinking about this project, and they jumped on board. They're like, we want to buy that book box for them. We want to get them started. So, you know, when we talk, again, it's about teamwork. You know, Mr. Nez was talking about the ABCs of empowered teams. And when we have teams, it is about community. It is about relationships. And when we have relationships, you know, based on something or surrounding something, again, we become more empowered and we get better and we get stronger. I'm going to introduce one of the young ladies in a moment. She's going to tell you how the Little Free Library works. And if she's talking too fast, because she has a tendency to do that, you still have the insert and you can read along. And of course, if you didn't catch something or if you didn't grasp something from the print, ask one of us. And always, of course, in the age of technology, go to www.littlefreelibrary.org, and there's a wealth of information there. And of course, I'm available to answer any questions that you may have also. And you can reach us through email, you can come by the school. And like I said, it doesn't stop here. You know, we're going to continue to help beautify the area, add shrubs and vegetation to the area so that it's a place that people want to come to attract people, and they want to, you know, just kind of sit and read. And basically the concept is, you see the book box, anyone and everyone in the community is welcome, whether you're a community member, you're passing through, you're a tourist, everyone is welcome. You go, you browse, you see something you like, you're interested in, that, you know, piques your interest, take it. Maybe there's 2 or 3 items, take them. And then as you have the ability to leave something or drop something off, and if you're going to drop something off, please don't just leave it here. Bring it to the school, and then we'll store it there, and then we'll help to replenish the books as we see, you know, there's extra space. Let's fill it up again. Let's fill it up again. And like I said, really this started when I was on a trip to Boston, and, you know, being the tourist that I am, I was walking around doing all my sightseeing, and I was waiting at an intersection to cross the street. And I'm like, oh, this is taking too long. It's hot, it's humid, and there I was whining and complaining. And I looked around and there was this little book box. And it looked something similar to this. I'm like, what's that? And I kind of looked at it, and then I saw the word free. And you know how the word free grabs everyone's attention. I'm like, free what? So I saw it, and it said Little Free Library. and then it says take a book, return a book, and I'm like, since I'm an avid reader and I love to read myself, I'm gonna take a book. So I started shuffling through and I grabbed one and I'm like, okay, I'm visiting, but is it okay? And then, you know, someone just happened to be there and they're like, yeah, take as many as you want. I put 3 in my backpack and went on my merry way. And then after that, I actually saw a couple more throughout the city of Boston. And then of course I came home and that seed, as someone had mentioned, had been planted in my heart. And it was just kind of nestled there for a while. And then of course in my work with the Northern Arizona Reading Council, someone mentioned that they had one near their home. And I'm like, really? So I went on the website, I looked on the map, and there it was. So I went and checked. And I started taking pictures, and I'm like, you know what, this is gonna be a weird afternoon project. I went to every little free library in Flagstaff and I took a picture of it just to see the diversity. Some were homemade, some were manufactured and prefabricated like this one here. And I'm like, why not bring one to Window Rock? Why not? So I had the conversation with the girls during class one day, and we all just, you could sense their excitement. I was already excited. Imagine how excited I was after hearing them talk about it. And we wrote about it, and we wrote about it. And finally we decided we're gonna do this here. I wanna let you know that the closest little free library besides this one now is in Gallup. It's in one of the little neighborhoods up on the hill behind the downtown area. That's the closest one. Then our next closest neighbors are in Show Low. I think there are 3 in the area there. And then our next closest neighbors are in Flagstaff and the city of Farmington. And as I mentioned before, there are none on the reservation that are, well, at least not in an official capacity. I know recently we went on a field trip to Canyon de Chelly, and at their visitor center, they refurbished, you know, when you go buy a newspaper and you open that little thing, that little case that holds all the newspapers, they actually refurbished one of those and they have a little free library. So now part of my next job is to say, hey, are you officially registered? Are you part of the website? And if you're not, I can show you how, or I can lead you in that regard. So then there will be 2 little free libraries on the reservation. And then I hope, again, you know, as many of us are already dreaming, that there are more and more and more planted. Maybe you'll have one in your neighborhood, in your yard. And again, you know, we come, we take care of it, we check on it once in a while. It's not just these young ladies, it's not just their job, it's not just my job, it's just not the school district's job or Tséhootsooí Diné Bi'Ólta's job. It's everyone's job to take care of this.